Hello friends, welcome to the Plant Science Forum. In this video, we are going to discuss primary structure of dicot and monocot root. Now let's see the general anatomical features of root. The specific structure of all the root is obviously different, but in general, the transverse section of root shows the root hairs, epidermis or epiblema, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, and the vascular tissue. This vascular tissue constitutes xylem and phloem. Now, in detail, the general characteristic features are epidermis is always without stomata, there is absence of hypodermis and cuticle, root hairs are always unicellular, endodermis is barrel shaped, and there is a presence of Casparian strip. This is the barrel shaped, and here you can see the red color Casparian strip. The pericycle is single layered, and the vascular bundle is the radial and exarch. Radial means the components, that is xylem and phloem, they are present on the different radius, or you can say radii. And the exarch means the component of xylem, that is protoxylem element, they faces toward the outside, and the metaxylem element, they faces toward the inside. So this is how general characteristic features of root are. Now let's see the primary structure of root in case of dicot. The general features are they are xylem bundles, they are vary from 2 to 5. So it may be diarch, tetrarch, triarch or pentarch. The unit of xylem determine the word or the terminology whether it is a diarch, tetrarch or pentarch. In the below you can see diarch means having 2 unit. The red color cell indicate the xylem. Triarch shows the 3 unit, tetrarch shows the 4 unit, and likewise. Pericycle gives the lateral roots and secondary meristem, which includes cambium and phloem. The pith is scanty, or you can say nearly absent. So here you can see the general primary structure of dicot stem. Now in detail, the epidermis is also called as rhizodermis. It is a unicellulate, that means a single line, the single cells in a line. They are parenchymatous cells. They are thin and compactly arranged without any kind of intercellular spaces. The unicellular root hairs is called as a piliferous layer. You can see in the image. Cortex is a major part of ground tissue. They are loosely arranged, parenchymatous and with intercellular spaces. You can see in here the cortex region. This is loosely arranged and with intercellular spaces. The main function is mainly it is meant for the storage of water. Cholenchyma cell is absent, and sometimes fiber slurids may be present in the cortex. In some aerial roots, chloroplast is present. Now, in case of endodermis, it is the border between cortex and the stele. The cortex region and the stellar region, the border is endodermis. It is uniciliate, again the barrel shaped parenchymatous without intercellular spaces. Casparious thickening maintains the water pressure from the stele. The pericycle is a next to endodermis, and pericycle is the outermost layer of stellar region. It is a single layer and parenchymatous, usually 2-3 layer opposite to the protoxylem element, and this serve as point of origin for the lateral roots. The vascular bundle, as we already discussed, they may be diarch, triarch, tetrarch or pentarch. The terminology indicates the number of units of xylem present. In most, the vascular bundles are tetrarch and radial. Tetrarch means 4 units of xylem, and radial means the xylem and phloem, they are present on different radius. Xylem and phloem occurs alternately on different radii, as already said. They are exarch, protoxylem towards the periphery and metaxylem towards the center. Fiber and xylem parenchyma are absent. Now pith is central part. They are parenchymatous in nature and without any intercellular spaces if it is present. In some, pith may be absent due to development of metaxylem. So here we have studied the characteristics of primary structure of dicot root by taking the example of plant as a bean plant. Now again you can see the distinguishing character is the vascular bundle. Here you can see a radial and exarch type of vascular bundle which is a tetrarch in nature. 4 units of xylem, protoxylem towards the periphery and metaxylem towards the center, so it is a exarch. 4 units, that's why it is a tetrarch. And phloem and the xylem, they are present on alternate radii, so they are on radial. Now let's talk about the primary structure in case of monocot root. Till now we have seen the dicot root, now come to monocot root. The general characteristic feature is the xylem bundle. It may vary from 12 to 20, so it means it is a polyarch condition. In case of dicot it was a tetrarch, but in case of monocot it is a polyarch condition. Similarly, the pericycle gives the lateral roots only. The cambium is altogether absent. That's why no secondary growth. The pith is large and well developed, and in certain cases it may become a sclerenchymatous also, just to provide a mechanical support. Now let's see in detail the epidermis, epiblema, or you can say rhizodermis. It is a uniseriate, thick-walled, compactly arranged parenchymatous cells without intercellular spaces. Aerial roots of some orchids contains a uniseriate epidermis having non-living cell, which is known as a velamen. Now this velamen is also found in the nematophores. Nematophores, they are present in this saline water condition, or you can say in halophytes. The cortex is homogeneous, loosely arranged and parenchymatous with intercellular spaces for gaseous exchange and water storage. Same is the case with the dicot. In maize, few layers below epidermis, it gets suberized and form multi-layer exodermis. This character was not present in case of dicot, but it is present in monocot. Again, the character is few layers of epidermis get suberized and form multi-layer exodermis. You can see all this structure in the image. Starch grain and few sclerenchymatous cells, they are often present. So here you can correlate the diagram with the given description. Endodermis is again innermost layer of cortex and compactly arranged parenchymatous cells characterized by presence of wall thickening called Casparian strip. Cells opposite to the protoxylem are passage cells. You can see the passage cell in the diagram. They allow the passage of water from the cortex to the xylem region. The pericycle is uniseriate, that is single layer, thin and parenchymatous. It gives lateral roots, and in poaceae it is of several layer thickness. Poaceae is a family, grain family. Conjunctive tissues, they are parenchymatous or sclerenchymatous if they are present outside the phloem and found between the xylem and phloem. This conjunctive tissue, they are specialized for water storage. Now vascular bundle is radial, exarch and polyarch. Radial means xylem and phloem, they are present on different radii. Exarch means protoxylem element toward the periphery and metaxylem towards the center, and polyarch means many units of xylem, and they are arranged around the central pith. In xylem, rounded or spherical metaxylem faces center and polygonal protoxylem faces periphery. Phloem occurs in small patches. Pith is a thin-walled, loosely arranged parenchymatous cells and often contain starch grains. So this is how the general characteristic features of primary root of monocots are. Here again you can revise the main characteristic feature to distinguish is the stellar region. Stellar region is polyarch in case of monocot, whereas it was tetrarch in case of dicot. So rest of the things such as exarch condition is same and they are radial in nature. So this is how the primary structure of monocot and dicot root is. I hope you might have understood the topic, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.